This is Tom Mark, Superintendent, Bellevue Community School District, coming to you with this week's Believe in the Blue update. A lot of upcoming events here with our youth and what they're doing. We have an archery tournament coming up here on the 27th for our youth. But this week yet we have bowling meet at home. I encourage you to go down to Horizon Lanes at 4 o'clock. Bowling team will be there. We have a 7th grade boys basketball at home against Monticello, and the 8th grade is at Monticello playing. On Friday night, high school basketball travels to West Branch to play the Bears out there, excuse me. Saturday we have middle school honor band at Marion. We have wrestling at Midland, and we have high school basketball at Easton Valley, and that is at the Miles building, starting with the JV game at noon, and the high school girls roughly starting at about 2:30 probably down there. Monday we have 7th and 8th grade boys basketball versus Cascade at home. We have JV wrestling tournament. It's a conference tournament at Tipton. Tuesday night we have high school basketball at Northeast. A quad down there starting up at 3:30. High school girls, or varsity girls game will start roughly at 6 o'clock. On next Thursday we have 8th grade basketball home versus Northeast. 7th grade basketball away at Northeast. And we have wrestling for the high school at North Lynn that night. And then next Friday, not this Friday tomorrow, but the next Friday, we have bowling at Monticello. And we have a home basketball game, a quad here against the Tigers from Tipton. So I hope you can make it out and see those things. A lot of other things going on as well. Those are just a few highlights from what I've been given and what I can think of right off the top of my head, frankly. But I want to give you a couple updates here, too. We've had those community engagement meetings about our building project that way. That is moving along. We will have a meeting here in February, on February 12th. Core team, a team of members there will present what was discussed at those meetings, some plans for the future, and their recommendation to the board on what needs to be done. Then the board will act upon that, or on some manner will act if we're going to follow through with a new elementary building and look at land for that elementary building potentially as well, and also for reuses of the current elementary building. Just so everyone knows, we've been working on all those things currently. I believe we have some plans or some ideas for all those, so that's a real positive that way. But we want to hear from our community. That's the most important thing. As I said at the beginning of those community engagement meetings, and as I hope you recognize that I continuously say, we need to hear what your thoughts are. You are the ones that matter. We are representing you and our students each and every day. We want to make sure that we're doing the right things that way. I just want to give a quick shout out to a student, Jacob Till. He's our student representative on the school board, has added a lot of things to the school board this year from his perspectives that way. He's also involved with our district leadership team and a variety of other things. Just want to give a shout out to him. He's also an honor student that way in band and or I should say in music overall. An outstanding student. Just want to congratulate him for everything he's accomplished that way too, and for his willingness to support us in our community. He's also involved with our Hometown Pride Committee with the City of Bellevue, along with another student, Toby Giesman, who's involved in that too. So we meet monthly down there with a variety of different community members. So I want to give a shout out to those guys. They do a great job. And education's changing. Some of those things those students are learning at those meetings are more important than some things they learn in the classroom probably. I don't mean that as a negative toward our curriculum that way, but I think there are always things we're learning beyond the textbook. As I've mentioned before, I can't learn how to build a building by reading about it. I need to build a building by building, and I need to learn how to do something by doing it that way. And want to just highlight the innovator's mindset, empower learning, unleash talent, and lead a culture of creativity that way. The one quote in here is an Albert Einstein quote here. It's the only source of knowledge is experience. And it really goes with what I'm saying there in regard to we have to give our students experiences, allow them to have experiences, encourage them to have experiences, encourage them to think through things differently at times, and think out of the box that way. Another couple quotes here, this one by Tom Rath. When we build on our strengths and daily successes, instead of focusing on failures, we simply learn more. What are we doing? How are we building on what we're already doing? And how can we continuously improve? And then the final one here by Marilyn Vos Savant. Success is achieved by developing our strengths, not by eliminating our weaknesses. We need to recognize what are those strengths we have. How can we build on those day after day after day? And when we do that, things really become successful. There are always challenges we have to encounter. There are always challenges we have to overcome, and that is fine. That's part of life. Whether you're a superintendent, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a student, whether you're a parent, a community member, work in a business, whatever the case is, there's challenges each and every day. We all can focus on that as we get ready for school in the morning with kids at the house. So just recognize there's always challenges out there, and we continually work to develop that growth mindset of how can I grow, how can I become better in each and everything that I do. And in schools, we do that in many ways through personalizing learning and really looking at the strengths and the passions that students have. Have a great day, everyone. I will talk to all of you next week.